Good day, viewers, and welcome to Africa Pulse Network. A major story is currently shaking Nigeria and the global community. The conviction of Nnamdi Kanu has sparked an intense reaction, and in a dramatic twist, US President Donald Trump has issued a midnight order to the Nigerian government demanding that the appeal court judgment against the IPOB leader be reversed. Late last night, President Trump delivered a message that reverberated around the world. He directed that the Nigerian government must immediately reverse the conviction of Nnamdi Kanu.
I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. Like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over.
This was not framed as a 72-hour deadline any longer, but as a direct and urgent executive directive. According to his statement, Trump has closely followed Kanu's case, consulting legal experts, speaking with diplomats, and listening to activists and the Nigerian diaspora. In his view, the recent judgment raised grave concerns about fairness, judicial impartiality, and long-term stability in Nigeria. Trump argued that Nigeria's leadership now faces a crucial test: to choose justice, reconciliation, and political maturity, or risk deeper division and international censure. The US president made a compelling constitutional and moral case. He pointed out that the current ruling could further inflame political tensions, especially in the Southeast, where many see Kanu as more than a political figure, a symbol. Trump described the conviction as not just a legal issue, but a political one. He emphasized that continuing to prosecute Kanu without addressing core concerns raised by his defense would undermine national cohesion and fuel radical sentiment. He insisted that reversal of the judgment would be a sign of bold, statesmanlike leadership, a decisive step toward healing, economic recovery, and stability in a region experiencing deep unrest. In justifying his midnight order, Trump referenced parts of the conviction that linked Kanu to violence during the EndSARS protests. The court had found that certain broadcasts and messages, allegedly orchestrated or influenced by Kanu, contributed to political violence, calls for civil disobedience, and even instructions that could be interpreted as terroristic. Those findings, Trump argued, are serious, but he maintained that reversing the verdict did not equate to condoning violence. To him, it was a necessary step towards stabilizing a volatile political situation. Sources say that during sentencing, Kanu became visibly emotional. He challenged parts of the prosecution's narrative, demanding justice and complete transparency. For him, the judgment was not just about legal guilt, it was deeply personal. Eyewitnesses reported that he questioned the fairness of how the court interpreted his speeches and motives, suggesting that he was being criminalized for political dissent. He asked the judge whether some of the laws used were genuinely applicable or whether they were being bent to fit a political agenda. This moment introduced a fresh layer of political complexity. It was no longer just a legal verdict. It was a public confrontation over justice, identity, and the rule of law. Global IMPLICATIONS and political REMIFICATIONS. Trump's intervention changes the game. It serves as a clear message: the international community is watching. For many in Nigeria, especially among Kanu's supporters, Trump's midnight order is a sign of solidarity and hope. For critics, it is a challenge to national sovereignty and justice. Politically, it places the Nigerian government under extraordinary pressure to act swiftly, to restore public confidence, and to avoid further escalation. If the order is followed, it could become a major turning point, one that potentially defuses tension, reopens dialogue, and reshapes the narrative around Kanu's legacy. But if it's ignored, the consequences may be far graver: increased unrest, diplomatic backlash, and further alienation of a key constituency. On that last Judgment Day, the courtroom didn't just deliver a verdict, it triggered a national and international storm. Now, with Trump's midnight order in hand, Nigeria stands at a crossroad. The government must decide: will it reverse the judgment and choose reconciliation, or will it hold firm and risk long-term political fallout? This isn't just about one man. It's about leadership. It's about justice. It's about how Nigeria responds when the world is watching. History is watching too.